hope that you haven't drank enough and you won't have a clue what I'm going to talk about. And the first thing, I had something really good prepared. Something that I had the feeling you all want to know, the dirt of things. I was prepared for that, and then Yuri told me that I have to be only talking about decent things, for decent people in a decent place. I had a beautiful page about the conception of Philip and I, about Yuri, and I had to throw it out because it was not about a whole page, believe me. You might hear it another time. So it's going to be very weak and meek. And I just always do what I'm told, or so to speak. Alright, so here we go. Now the marriage between Yuri, now who is it? Yuri, sorry, yeah? Now the marriage between Yuri and Becky is being signed, sealed and delivered. You remember that Elvis song? Wasn't that a good one? Those days. I take probably I have to cross something out. I take the pleasure to share with you some nice anecdotes about my dearest Yuri. Let's first talk about his name. That's always one of the first things people ask, where do you get that name from? Especially now in a bit of an anti-Russian feeling, and then you have that signature of Yuri, every piece of paper. You can understand it's a bit of a problem. So here, the first is about his name. While in utero, you know where that is. While in utero, both Yuri and older brother Rowan received a temporary name. So we gave them a name while they were still there. So they couldn't change it. Pre-born, Rowan was addressed as Cecil after a casino pub where Philip and I met. Anybody has been on a Cecil in his life? Quite a few. Okay, so Rowan was called after the casino pub, just temporary till the utero was, already finished with what they were doing. Then, where are we? Oh yeah, pre-born Yuri was addressed as Boris. And that's sealed at all, isn't it? Yeah.
Boris Johnson.
The Boris. That's where the first step of the Russian connection says. Regarding naming the children after birth that would be chosen in term, Philip and I, we have a very, not only a nice relationship, but also we do things fair. Especially when you work with multicultural people, you have to make deals to get what you really want. So it's hard out there. Right, where are we up to? Oh yes, so Philip chose for Rowan as Philip was inspired by the famous West cricketer Rowan Kamhai. Anybody of an age who remember this guy? Big hit? Okay, wonderful. Well, there you go. Our first son was called Rowan. And then Yuri came, and then it was my turn to pick. And I just went through a period that every day I was watching the movie Dr. Zhivago. You remember? Oh, so good. And yes, so we called, where am I? I was going to learn it by heart, but if you knew my brains, my golly, there's not much there anymore. Yeah, regarding oh yeah, so I was watching the movie Dr. Zhivago many times, so that's where Yuri came from this kind of binge watching, what we're doing every day now too, but then it was still pretty rare. Okay, so here we go. This now becomes very boring. I had really, did I tell you already that I had prepared a whole page on the conception? Yeah. So that's gone. You have to do that another time. Just another time. Okay, so here's Yuri. He was born in 5/5/85. Beautiful number. And 12 hours later, his cousin Dylan Arnott, who has been so kind here, 12 hours behind. 13. Of course, I didn't take that because it doesn't ring. not good. Oh yes, here, Del and Arnold was born. The two are not only cousins and good friends, but also virtually twins. And since Rowan's exit, also brothers, and today the best man. Right. Now I'm a bit scared for you. Oh no, that's Philip. I have my reading glasses on. You know, that's still always clear you have on the other side. Did you got your little bell?
Oh, you got plenty of time.
Okay, alright. Just checking with you.
They said 5 minutes, I'll give you half an hour.
Wonderful. Suddenly I don't speak English anymore. You know, when things go wrong, you just suddenly look like somebody comes free, you know, straight from a refugee camp or something. Very dangerous. Okay, here we are. Not the conception of the name. We have to down the name. Yes, we did. Okay. It happened only once when I was not sure if Yuri was mine. It was in the delivery room of Lismore Base Hospital after he had been cut from the umbilical cord and been taken to the area where they clean and check babies. They do that, you know, they just clean it and check the babies. So that was wonderful. After that, they gave Philip and I the baby to hold. I took a glance at Yuri and became greatly puzzled and worried. I simply couldn't see any familiarity. In short, I didn't know this child. It's really true. I simply could not see any familiar, you know what I mean. I simply couldn't, oh there's there again, I shake too much, it's the Parkinson, you know. Oh yes, so after that they gave Philip and I the baby to hold. I took a glance at it and I looked puzzled and worried. I simply couldn't see any familiarity. Oh, here we go. Having read of medical mistakes, you know, from the Women's Weekly, they always have stories, you know, people getting the wrong babies and it's a world going. You know, I don't have many eggs left and now they start giving them away. So I simply couldn't see, where are we? I saw it said, so I asked the midwife if this baby was really mine. And if so, if she would be so kind to put a sticker on me. His name on, so I would be able to recognize him outside the room. Now this was a very obliging girl, you know, she's a country girl, you know those girls. And she said, no, she said, you don't have any worry because he's the only one who is of a certain color. So we were, yeah. So then years after that, Yuri's grandmother came to visit and asked, and I asked her the same question. Who do you think he is? Most of us say, you know, who do you think you are? But in our case, we had something new. How do you know? Who do you think he is? So she said she didn't know, you know, she never seen him before. Anyway, you have to wait 20 years, and now I have to turn the page. Oh, you're wonderful. When you need them most, you know, they help. They help, yeah. And when you shake, you know, they feel sorry for you. Now then you're really on a winner. Okay, now, where are we? Oh yes. So they went, my in-laws went to a party, or whatever that was, and they saw that suddenly a pair of twins who looked like Yuri. So in a whoop somewhere, there's a twin who looks like Yuri. So if you're on the road, just keep an eye out. You never know you might see one. It's amazing. Okay, so we got that fixed. And now we're going to talk about Russia again because it's getting pretty hot on the television about that, and I don't wonder they blame Yuri for it. So a few years later, Yuri had a mutual friend and they went to Russia. And prior to going, Yuri had learned the Russian Cyrillic alphabet to help him to read maps, announcements and keywords. The friend had also organized a gig for Yuri in a nightclub in Moscow. Now isn't that what we all dream about? And one in St. Petersburg, the old Leningrad. So that was really exciting, and he sent photos and films of that. So the friend had organized it, and Yuri just sent back from Russia with love. That was before he met, Okay. I have to move on because you have the bell ready. The bell is still ringing. Oh, God heavens. All right, I can talk all day about Yuri, but my time is up. Time we share is up. So, do you know, nice trivia, that the Russian flag really is an upside-down Dutch flag? Have you ever thought of it? Absolutely. So they asked a Dutchman that they needed, Tsar Peter the Great needed a flag, and this Dutch sailor thought, I just cut them the colors are 3 colors one way, and then the Russians had them. So when you see that sail, just think of me. Yeah? Did you think of me? That would be great. Okay, that was the flag. All right, I can talk all day about dear Yuri, but my time is up. So, my dearest Yuri. So the conception is not coming, I could probably figure that out. There's a very intelligent, kind of people here. My dearest Yuri, you have brought immense joy and pride to my life. Your gentleness, love, kindness inspires and moves me every day. And I couldn't be prouder of the person you have become. My dearest Yuri, you have brought I've done that. Have twice ever said the pride and joy. Yes, I did. Forget about that. Sorry, Yuri. Just forget about it. Okay, know that I always love you. Here and beyond. And I'm so grateful for all you do, have done, and will do so for me over time. Nearly there, don't start clapping yet. Okay. Oh yes, I was talking to Yuri. I'm also grateful that you have chosen Becky as your wife. Yeah. She is kind, yes, loving. I'm looking for some more qualities here. Yeah, here it is. I have one. She's kind, but have you got kind and loving? We've got that, did we? Yeah, able. Smart. And strong. And now a part of our family and our future too. Dear Becky, Teresa, John, Oakley, family and friends, we thank you for making us welcome in your family. Becky and Yuri, there never has been a doubt that you two are meant for each other and that you will live happily together forever after.